You know what I do? No, you know how I do. I just do me. I just do me. I be getting that money. They know me for moving that tree.
What's up, world and TY's family? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy time. TY, the Lone Star Chef. Y'all already know what I'm here to do, man. I'm here to talk my. Yeah, I know. I had a little bit of trouble this week, man. My act went down and I couldn't handle any business. Couldn't handle any business, man. But I done figured my situation out, and I'm back to business, man. Y'all already know what it is. I'm ready to go ahead and do God's work. You feel me? But you know, I want to start this by giving God the glory. Because without Him, well, none of us be able to do anything that we doing. You feel me? So let's give God the glory. You feel me? And keep doing what y'all do out there. And remember, man, we still looking for those subscribers, man. We still looking for those subscribers, man. We still looking for those subscribers, man. And when we get them, I said when we get them, we got some money for them, baby.
Get money, get money. 24/7, I'm grinding, get money.
Once we get them 200 subscribers, man, a little work in progress right now, you know what I mean? But once we get them 200, one of y'all lucky subscribers gonna get $200, man. Hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button. Especially to subscribe. It's free to do. I said it's free to do. Hit that button, man. Stop playing. Back to business. So, I want to start this one off. I ain't do one of these videos in a minute, man. I know y'all always see me rocking my Cowboys gear. You see my new little setup. Yeah, man. I'm live and direct in my mama's basement. You know what I'm saying? Live and direct in my mama's basement. Let me keep it quiet because I don't want her kicking me out the house. But I stopped watching this show because the biased opinion when it comes to the Cowboys, mainly Dak Prescott on this show. Yeah, man. So I stopped watching it because it's like they not gonna give you a fair take. They lead with emotion. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons why I used to like this or like watching Speak or this show was because of James Jones, but it seemed like ever since Eminem got fired or he knew Eminem was on his way out the door and Dak Prescott was staying, then he got so much bad stuff to say about Dak Prescott. Yeah, as if Dak is really the Cowboys problem. You feel me? So I don't really look at these shows no more because they don't give facts. They just give opinion based. Everything's somebody's opinion, but they feelings is involved with their opinions. It's either that or they troll one or the other. But either way, it's not giving me no information. I mean, it's not a place I come to for my information because I know I ain't gonna get the facts. I mean, I'm gonna just get some bull crap. You know what I mean? They might tell you what happened, but they ain't gonna give you no substance behind it. But in this video though, they asking if Dak should be worried or I mean looking over his shoulder pretty much. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it and y'all let me know what y'all think. Yeah, man. Let me know how y'all feel. Down in that comment section. Yes. Down there in that comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. You feel me? we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this one off.
Might make Dak Prescott look for a realtor after a year or so. So, Chase, let me start by asking you.
Quarterback.
Should Dak be looking over his shoulder?
He's going to make headlines, too. You said it was a splash?
It was a splash.
Fifth-round pick. What's the splash about it? Trading for a backup?
We're in for a quarterback.
You like the type of quarterbacks, 5th round, 7th rounders, 8th
I like
rounds.
undrafted, my dog. Yeah, 8th round, because I was undrafted. Look, I don't think Dak Prescott should be looking over his shoulder at all. Not one bit. I think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. I think Dak Prescott is a top 12, top 11 quarterback in this league. Did we forget that Dak Prescott finished second in MVP voting and was a second-team All-Pro, just 15?
Now, I agree with everything he said, right? Except for the top 11, top 12 quarterback. Let's get this right. Dak Prescott is the top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Like, give that man his credit. That man is the top 10 quarterback in the NFL. In fact, if you go down a lot of stats, he fall, if not the top 10, then he fall in like, I ain't going to say top 5. Some of them he do fall in the top 5. But he definitely fall within that 1 to like 7 range of all time and of active QBs. Well, if it's of active QBs, he might be top 5. I gotta go back and look again. But all in all, he's definitely a top 10 quarterback. Let's just put it there. Like, we ain't gotta go 1 through 5, none of that, whatever the case. We ain't gotta do none of that, right? Because you got your Patrick Mahomes and all that. So I ain't going to go ahead and give him top 5, but and he could be, but we're going to just be safe and say top 10. We're going to be safe and say top 10. But 11, 12, bro, come on. You too far out.
Months ago. So I do not believe that Dak Prescott should look over his shoulder. And quite honestly, he has a very untradeable contract along with a trade clause. What are you going to do? There's $187.75 million owed to Dak Prescott. His cap hit in 2025, $50 million. His cap hit in 2026, if he were traded, $74 million. Dak Prescott will be the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for at least the next 2 years. And did we forget that the reason why Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, got the job? Yes, he is qualified, but him and Dak Prescott are boys. Dak Prescott had a say in this hiring. So I do not believe under any circumstance will Dak Prescott be looking over his shoulder. I like Joe Milton. I think he's got a ton of talent, raw talent, but he did play well last year against the Bills, and I think that did catch some eyes around the league. And I love this for Dallas because they don't have to draft a quarterback to be a backup for Dak Prescott to eventually take his job. The Dallas Cowboys needed a backup quarterback. That's what Joe Milton is right now. I like it for Joe, though. There's no way you're going to start in New England. So you go to Dallas, you get to learn from a really good pro quarterback in Dak Prescott. But let's not forget that Dak Prescott finished second in MVP voting 15 months ago.
Go ahead, sorry. No, side of the table.
I'll say this because I don't need to hesitate. Dak don't need to look over his shoulder. If Dak is looking over his shoulder, hey, can I get some water? Hey, let me get that iPad. That's what Dak is looking over his shoulder for. Dak does not need to look over his shoulder. Joe Milton, shout out to him for being a big name. Shout out to him for having a big arm. Who is Joe Milton, though? Joe Milton got beat out at Michigan by Cade McNamara. Then Joe Milton left Michigan and went to Tennessee and got beat out at Tennessee by Hendon Hooker. Then Joe Milton went to the NFL and got beat out by Jacoby Brissett and Drake May. And we think Joe Milton's going to beat out Dak Prescott. Can't happen. Won't happen. Not possible. Not plausible. Now, the only person who should be looking out over their shoulder, Dak Prescott's trainer. That's the only thing that would put Joe Milton in the starting lineup is injury. That person should be looking over their shoulder because Dak Prescott has missed more games than any other quarterback not named Deshaun Watson since 2020. Dak Prescott did miss with a hamstring injury last year, then a thumb injury 2 years before, then a calf injury the year before, then he broke his leg the year before. So I would be remiss if I did not mention Dak Prescott is a very, very injury-prone quarterback at this point in time. And relationships end how relationships begin. And Dak Prescott's relationship as a starting quarterback with the Cowboys began because the starter got injured. Yep. The only way his relationship as a starting quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys ends is because he gets injured. But other than that, there is no reason to look over your shoulder unless it is for some Gatorade or for that iPad.
Well, I'm going to say he should be looking over his shoulder.
Oh.
And I don't.
He made some interesting points. I didn't even know Dak sat out that much. Like, when you look at things, like, of course, like, when the season's going on and then once the season's over and all that, you kind of forget a lot of things. A lot of things are left behind sight. But Dak really sat out a lot of games. He really sat out a lot of games. Like, that's crazy. Nah, I am a little concerned. Like, that, yes, and you young. Like, so the older you get, the more, your body take a toll on you. You know what I mean? Them hits start hitting. Like, they already been hitting. You know what I mean? But I'm worried.
I don't know how far he should be turning his neck and all that type of stuff, but he should be looking over his shoulder strictly because his play on the football field in the big time.
Here we go. The hate. Look at him. The hate is real. Like, and it's crazy. Like, now your man got fired and you try to make it seem like it's Dak's fault he got fired. Like, bro. Hold on. I'm going to get my take.
Moments. Ooh. If Joe Milton walks into the Dallas Cowboys locker room and he has a really good preseason like he did last year, and he's showing all this talent, and obviously we all know the only way he steps on the football field is if Dak Prescott
Absolutely.
gets hurt. That's a given. But if he balls out in preseason, and through the last 3 years, Dak Prescott has missed a good amount of games. If the young fella gets in there balling, I don't care nothing about the money.
At all.
I don't care nothing about any of that. The Dallas Cowboys are going to have to look over their shoulder and say, does this kid give us a better chance than Dak Prescott?
And the
only way for me, the only way for me for Dak Prescott to not look over his shoulders is if this year he goes out there and he balls and he delivers in the big-time moments and he delivers in the playoffs. Because we could talk money, we could talk no trade clause, we could talk all that. But if we look at with our eyes and in the big-time moments with Dak Prescott don't show he's worth that money. And the young fella can get in the game, just like Dak Prescott got in the game when a better quarterback in Tony Romo was in front of him, but he got hurt, and Dak Prescott took full advantage of his opportunity. And the Dallas Cowboys said, you know what, Tony Romo, we know you don't want to retire. We're going to figure out a way to get you into this TV business, and you're going to make a whole lot of money.
So what are you saying,
because Tony
though?
did not want to retire.
So what are you saying, though? Because Romo wasn't looking over his shoulder. Like, Joe Milton is not a threat. Joe Milton is not a threat to Dak Prescott.
That's how it happens, though.
Like, if you're saying Dak will get hurt, of course, if Dak gets hurt and Joe Milton goes in and balls.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that's how NFL is, though. So looking over your shoulder is not like, I had plenty of backups. I didn't even look over the good ones, great ones. It don't matter. It's when you get injured and your backup that makes a lot more less than you do plays well. Then you're like, oh, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Because now it's not about what you think. It's not about what your teammates think. It's about what the front office thinks. Now, we paying this guy all this money. He gets hurt. He's not playing well. And we know what happens when it gets to the postseason. Don't we all know that?
Of course.
So now we know that part. And this young dude that comes in there that looks good.
Now, first we going, because we already know Shady hating McCoy. Like, we already know he got a grudge against Dak. You know what I mean? Probably Dak may have hit Joy. Who knows? Like, but at the end of the day, like, felt that tension coming from that boy James Jones. Like, before it was you giving Dak praise and this, that, and the third. Let's get this clear, right? Let's get this clear. Yeah, everybody want to sit there and say Dak Prescott in big time moment Can Dak Prescott throw the ball, catch the ball, run the ball? Like, bro, he's not that type of quarterback. He's not a Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts that's playing running back. Like, he did that early on in his career. Now he's in it for the longevity. Like, no, y'all expect this man, oh, if nobody on your team performing, then you got to go out there and go do this and go do that and go do this when he's not that type of quarterback. Yes, he can do it. He can escape the pocket and get out of trouble. But that's not his game. So you can't expect him to get out his comfort zone or to be something that he not, but to live up to y'all expectations. Because y'all give nobody else no blame for not showing up. Y'all don't get a defense blame for allowing us to get 40-something points put on it. Y'all don't get a receivers blame for them dropping passes. Y'all don't give the running back game for them not getting into space, gaining space, or the lineman for not making holes or holding blocks so Dak can go through his reads, or the coach for not drawing up decent plays. Like, y'all don't bring up none of that. Everything just falls on Dak's head. Like, and that's it's crazy. Like, I want one of these, and it takes players and like people that's not trying to go out there and get a little clout. It takes them to come out and speak up and say this. But then you get people that's on these big platforms, and then they try to draw whatever narrative they want to draw to make it seem like it's something that it's not. When overall, Cowboys as an organization, these last few years, we've had problems. We've had problems. And one of our main problems was our coaching. It was our coaching. You know what I mean? And I say this time and time again. When the Eagles had Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz he was balling out his mind, got injured, went down. Everybody thought it was over for the Eagles. No, what happened? Doug Peterson brought Nick Foles in, played the Nick Foles strength. Them boys went in and won the Super Bowl. Because Carson Wentz went down, but that defense was still there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we had to plug in a new quarterback that's not as talented as Carson Wentz, but guess what? We're going to play to this cornerback strength. And we went out here, and they went out there and got themselves the championship, right? Our coaches don't do that. They not playing to people's strengths. They had Brandon Cooks for 3 years, 4 years. And it was 3 years, I think. We had Brandon Cooks for 3 years, and we did not utilize him the way Brandon Cooks should have been utilized. We didn't utilize the run. We didn't do anything. Dak is a hell of a play-action quarterback, but we didn't utilize that. So, again, coaching played a big part amongst all of the other things that come into play as well. Because at the end of the day, it's easy to throw picks if they popping off your receiver's hands and into the defender's hand. It's easy to throw a pick. It's easy to throw a pick if a team study you and they know, oh, all right, he going to do a 3-step drop. The receiver going to do a 5-step, take 5 steps and then do an out. And if I study you and I know when you do this, I know what you're about to do. It's easy to do that. These boys knew it. If you paid attention to the games where we got dominated in, they knew it. They knew our tendencies. And they played to our weakness on defense.
Make a lot cheaper money, that's what happens everywhere. I look at the Eagles, right? Before Jalen Hurts, where everybody was loving and praising Jalen Hurts, nobody was praising Jalen Hurts. They was praising Carson Wentz. And they got this second-round dude, right, that nobody thought could throw the ball, do all these different things. He came in the game when Carson got hurt, started making some plays with his legs, not his arm, but his legs. Yeah. And we start winning some of them games. They said, hold up now. We have something here, though. He might not be Carson right now, but we do have something there. And then when they seen that, and then the money gap is way different. Yeah. You paying a guy a lot of money over here to this back you're not paying nothing to. That's what matters, though. And y'all play this game, y'all know how that always happens. So no, he's not looking over his shoulder because he's the backup. It's how it works. I'll just go back to, because I want to address a couple things. That's what I want to do last, because I know you're going to have a lot to go against me.
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
So you brought up college.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing is Jeremiah Trotter. Do you guys know who that is? Of
course.
He's an Eagle legend, right? And I love all my Eagle legends, my OGs. So we went to this Clemson game, right? Now, I'm not really big into college, but I watch it, you know. And we go to the game, right? And we watching his son. Of
course.
They are playing Tennessee. Now, the starter was Hooker. He did not play, okay? He got injured.
ACL.
Joe Milton, the quarterback, that a lot of people didn't have his jersey on. At the end of that game, dog, they was saying MVP, Joe. The brother, he went off too, though. 19 for 28, 51 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was balling. So I'm like, dang, this quarterback got some talent. Who is this guy, right? Because I've been watching him, okay? Let's fast forward to the league. I watch him play against the Bills. So when I talk about talent all the time, talent's not the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
But if I'm a backup, right, and I got a quarterback that's making all this money, and if he comes in there when Dak gets injured, or if he hope he doesn't, but if he does get injured, and this young dude comes in there with fresh legs that runs way better than Dak, okay? You talk about a struggling running game the Cowboys have. Is that one of the questions they talk about?
Yeah, of course.
One of the best things for a struggling running game is RPOs and read options,
Sure.
which Dak cannot do. He can't do read options, right?
Yeah, not anymore. Not since Brady.
Joe can, though. All it takes is for a couple of good games like Cooper Rush had, but you put talent on it, you put swag on it. Now you making 20, 30-yard runs. You coming out of sacks. You throwing deep passes. Now the fans start to, okay, who's this dude? I'm gonna tell you how it works. Because I've been on different teams where we're like, man, this guy's so good.
And not.
Last thing, RG3 though. I was thinking because Kirk Cousins, I don't know how.
Why can't Dak do read options? Is it that Dak can't do read options? Or Mike McCarthy didn't do read options? Or we didn't have a running game in order to do a read option? Like, stop with the foolery, man. Y'all got to stop with this hating. Stop hating on that man. Let y'all ex-bitter players. Like, and don't get me wrong, McCoy, you had a nice run with the Eagles, right? After you left the Eagles, you wasn't nothing, right? James Jones, you wasn't even the best receiver on your team. Like, you was like the third or fourth string, right? I don't even think you had 1,000-yard season. Like, I don't even think you had 1,000-yard season. Like, in 9 years, what did you got? 9 years? You got, what, 51 touchdowns? What's that averaging, like, five and some change touchdowns a year? That's what you averaging, or six touchdowns a year, something like that. Is that what you averaging? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Again, you haven't even had 1,000-yard season, but yet you criticize somebody that's playing on a level that you haven't played on, and you had an Aaron Rodgers. But you let Jordy Nelson beat you out. You know what I mean? And didn't Randall Cobb? Didn't he beat you? Like, come on, bro. So stop trying to come for this man when he playing at a higher level than y'all than y'all had. Like LaShawn McCoy, you don't got no, your playoff stats stink. They stink. In the 2 Super Bowls you sat on the bench, you got a ring just because you was on the team. You didn't produce nothing. Like, y'all gotta stop this, man. Y'all dudes kill me, man. Stop getting in these positions, talk, and then y'all hate. Like, come on, bro.
How you feel about him? Do you remember how that thing unfolded? RG3 just came off the Rookie of the Year and all that. Yep. He goes out, this young dude starts playing well, and then that was history. All I've said is I've seen it in NFL. NFL is one of the craziest jobs you can have. You could be the man today and get all this money y'all keep talking about, and the next moment, the team finds a way to save money and get rid of you. Happens all the time. But we'll see, though. And then when it happens, hopefully it don't happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But if it happens, don't look at me like I'm crazy. Like, you were right. No, I don't want to hear that.
The dilemma is this.
Money.
Not even money to me, because I think you can find ways around money.
Okay.
I think you can
This
find ways around money.
They always do.
I think you can
They
find ways
always
around
do.
trade clauses. That's not even my dilemma. Joe Milton's not that good. That's the
And that's crazy. You see how they praying on main man downfall? like how you praying on another brother's downfall? like this is crazy, bro. You got that much hate for that man that you want to pray on his downfall. That you hoping that a backup quarterback come in and do better than him to take his spot. It's crazy. That's why that white boy just sitting up there laughing like y'all dudes is clowns.
dilemma. Shady says everybody good is good in where?
College.
He wasn't even good in college. So if everybody good in college, and he wasn't even that good in college, then don't talk to me about Joe Milton. Jalen Hurts replaced Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts wasn't just good in college. Jalen Hurts was elite in college. Elite in college. Joe Milton was average at best in college. So I'm not going to say that an individual who's been beat out everywhere he's gone is going to beat out Dak Prescott. That just sounds wild. Now, obviously, if Dak gets hurt, that's the crux of my take.
Wait.
If Dak, Wentz didn't get hurt.
Okay, but
remember, Wentz
Dak's not looking
just
over his
got beat.
shoulder right now.
Wentz just got beat out.
But time out. This is my thing is, so when a lot of them backups be coming in and playing and starting, it's not because like they're just way better right away. Like this guy don't have no experience. All it takes is for them to give some hope. Okay, we got a backup, a cheaper backup, he's way talented than the other guy. Can run, he can make moves, can make some passes. Now, he's not getting a certain coaches. You a backup, right? And you know the difference between when you the starter, the way we gonna treat you and talk to you and make sure the game plays for you. When you the backup, yo, get in there and let's try to manage it. So what I'm saying is, Joe right now is not the guy. No, he's not. So all it takes is for, and then we talking about Jerry Jones at that. I'm gonna put that to the side. All it takes is for the opportunity. This young dude comes in there, whatever happens, he breaks his shoelace. The young dude comes in there and he's making plays. All it takes is to make the plays. Now they start thinking. When I was playing at my highest level, I had a dude named Bryce Brown. All-American in high school, a lot of talent.
Five-star, all the things.
6'2", 6'1", 230, 4'3" type speed, right? And I never really was like worried because I'm just better, you know what I'm saying? But I remember I had a concussion, and we were bad this year, and I missed like 5 games. Now, we were good. I probably came back in 3 games. But, you know, I took my time because he was bad. The brother has 200-yard games back-to-back. It healed me so fast. The doctors thought I seen Jesus like, oh, you back? Yes. The reason why is because, and at this time, I was the highest-paid running back. Like, a lot of people be talking about, you know, tweeting and all that. They don't know nothing about that. Some of them never even know what cleats feel like. But what I'm saying is, when that happened, I came back because it wasn't because I was scared that he was better than me. I didn't want the eyes to say, oh, man, we paying Shady at $10 million a year. And this brother right here is making $400,000, and he is pretty good too.
And not only that though, because the blessing about this show is we all put the cleats on. We all know what the cleats feel like. We've all been in the locker rooms. We've all been in training camps. We've all been in them ice baths. We all been released and cut. Shady. But anyway.
For y'all.
But anyway.
Y'all get cut and released.
Only reason why I say that is because we've all been in a training camp to where this is the starting lineup. And it's always one of them dudes that you see, buddy good.
Buddy good!
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know he the star linebacker, but you see him on sideline to side. You understand what I'm saying? And when cuts come, where he go? Where he started? No, for real, he was starting. And then they like, man, they kept the young bull over. And we all instantly say, the young boy was balling. So me bringing up that story is when Joe gets into practice, it is going to be some stuff that looks different than Dak strictly because talent. And it's going to be like, oh.
Wait. Can we say this?
Matter,
who has more juice?
It does
y'all
matter.
watch them, right? When they watch him in practice, though, because Dak is the better quarterback. They go the right path. You know, Dak is good. He's just not good in the postseason. What I'm saying is, when they have practice like James talking about, that young boy will have more juice.
Yeah, unfortunately, practice doesn't matter. Like, practice doesn't matter. What do you do between the white lines?
Practice, man.
I don't, look, I don't want to fall.
Money, though.
Yeah, he's talking about
I just.
But you're not going off the plate. I just X'd it out. Yes, I am. Joe Milton is not even remotely on the level of Dak Prescott.
Remotely.
Right now,
And I
right
think
now
we
he's
just
not.
need to keep
Not
that-
remotely.
we need to just keep that in context. Because last time they traded for a quarterback, Trey Lance, for a 4th-round pick, Trey Lance is out the league right now.
He never showed no sign of being good.
But why was he number 3 overall pick? He must have shown some type of sign. You know what I mean?
No,
like
I
Joe
don't
Milton
know
was a
what you mean.
6th-round pick. So we don't need to like get in. Hey, is Joe Milton good? I just don't believe there's any world where Joe Milton is going to be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
I agree.
Because you
I
so
agree with that.
Okay, cool. Real quick. I don't even want to talk about Trey Lance because he's never showed me anything. Played in the little league. He never showed me nothing to make him go that high.
NBSU, yeah.
Right. Okay. But so
And I'm going to just stop it there because main man got tired of it. He like, yo, I'm listening to all this hypothetical bull crap. Like, it ain't happening. In no world that we living in is this going to happen. Like, y'all can sit here and talk all of this and all of that. And it's like, it ain't no world that we living in that is going to happen in. You know what I mean? So stop giving up these false narratives and all that. Like, because it ain't gonna happen, like. But it's like the hate for Dak, man, on this show is like ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this point. And now James Jones got all the smoke for him because his ball got sent back and they sent his ball home, which was rightfully deserved. It was rightfully deserved, bro. Like, you the only one that sit there and got all this praise and say, oh, well, they had 12 and 5, 12 and 5, 12 and 5. Like, it wasn't off of freaking strategy. I can tell it was strictly off of pure talent that they got 12 and 5, 12 and 5, 12 and 5. Like, 'cause at the end of the day, when it came up to those juggernauts, and mainly it probably was because of defense too. Like that defense was probably saving that offense. And if you want to be honest too, like don't get me wrong. Like Dak had some good years under McCarthy, but that offense looked a lot better when you had Kellen Moore and them dudes. Yeah, like you had other people calling the plays and all that. Like that offense looked a lot better. And when McCarthy took over, like that's what it was when Mike McCarthy took over, bro. Like, but you don't want to be realistic, and I get it because you can't badmouth your former coach. I get that. You know what I mean? But bro, you gotta be realistic, man. So at the end of the day, if y'all sat there and entertained this, it took main man to go ahead and redirect this whole conversation. Like, listen, man, let's cut down. I don't even know why we even having this conversation. Why are we even talking about this? Because it would never happen. Like, in no world will this happen. Like, he's the only one, him and Ancho was the only ones that was realistic about the situation. Then, of course, James and freaking Shady want to try to be viral. Like, y'all already know what it is. And I'm done. I'm off. These dudes, bro. Like, if you made it this far in the video, man, hit that like button. Hit that, drop that comment. Let me know how y'all feel, man. What's y'all take? Why should they even be entertaining this? And if you feel as though this is a good conversation, how you feel? Do you think Dak Prescott should be worried? Do you think he should be worried? You know what I mean? Let's have that conversation down in the comment box, yo. You know? Hit that subscribe button, man. We still looking for those 200 subscribers, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. I got $200 for you. I got you. Yeah, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for rocking with your boy. I appreciate y'all too by us. We all we got. I love y'all. Good night.
You know what I do? No, you know how I do. I just do me. I just do me, I be getting that money. They know me for moving that trick. I just do me. If you down with the team, it's like this, we gon' make sure you eat. I just do me, I just trap and get money. You broke, you got nothing on me. I just do me, I just stick to the script. Get money, that's me. I just do me, I be trapping all day, take account for that money, then breathe. I just do me, so I stay with my strap, cause I'm always running these streets.